All right, it's Thursday night. We're back on our regular schedule. I want to thank you folks for being here with me. Uh, we got all the holidays behind us. I hope your new year started off right. I know ours did. We're doing great. So glad you're here with us tonight. Let's see who dropped in. Tammy Joe, number one. All right. Scott Hummer is with us. Debbie Jones. I know Rob's there with you. I appreciate you guys being here. All right. Wanda Landry made it. There we go. Come on down. Who else we got in here? Scott Hummer's here. Yeah. All right. Coffee First made it. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. Who else? Come on. I know there's a few more in here. I saw a few more names. I know I did. Dave's with us. Yeah. All right. Dave Sterner's here. Old Man Survival's in the house. Who else we got? There's the man right there, Virginia Bushcrafter. Y'all got to go check that channel out. He's showing off that tomahawk today. Got a nice one. Everybody needs a tomahawk. If you ain't got one, you need to get one. David T4 is with us. Come on down. There's the Saint, my man right there. We met up at the range last week and had a little fun. All right. Nishka, what's up, girl? How you doing? Yeah, we got to get together again real soon. CC's in the house. Lynn Stalker, my girl from Ocala. There we go. Kathy C in the Iowa crowd. Yeah. Hope you guys are doing good. Paul, how you doing, buddy? You guys know if you need anything, all you got to do is pick up the phone. We'll do what we can. Grit and Grace. There's another channel you got to check out, folks. All right. Awesome recipes over there.
We're on the big screen at the nieces tonight.
We're on the big screen. Yeah. All right. Rose is with us tonight. Thank you so much. Come on down. Who else we got? There's the man right there. Yep, the prepping master from the Midwest. All right. That says the Rural Report. He's Rural 2IC. You got to go check that channel out. You guys know he's got something good for you every day. Have a lot of fun watching that too. Philip Dixon's with us. Yeah, Todd Neese and Janet is with us on the big screen. Superstar. What can I say? All right. You guys that plug your channels in there. You got channels, plug them in here in the comments so these people can see them. Husky Mama's with us. Might come down time. Yeah, we got to get together. Absolutely have to do that. Carolina Prepper's with us. Thank you so much, you and James, for being here. Yeah, come on down as I'm getting towards the bottom. Ohio Valley Prepping is another great channel. I got all these awesome channel folks in here tonight. He put up one today about World War III. I thought was pretty interesting. And I'm going to actually comment on that here in just a little while. On a positive note, brother, so don't worry about it.
World War III on a positive note. Okay.
Yeah. NC Prepper. NC Prepper's with us. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it so much. Getting close to the bottom. Is anybody else in here I hadn't seen yet? No, I guess that's about it.
Oh, Nick.
There's Nick. Nick popped in. All right. Thank you so much, buddy. Yeah. All right, let's get on with it. Let's see what's going on. First, let's talk about some good stuff first before we get into the bad stuff. You know, the name of this is a reality check. Yeah, we're gonna get a reality check real quick early this year, so you can keep watching what's going on. But first, here we go. Good news out of Tennessee. All school kids have to take gun safety training course in school. That's fantastic. I know that's where I grew up back in the day. Of course, that was back in Fred Flintstone days. But we had a gun safety class every year. The NRA taught it. I think we were in the 6th grade. They had a person from the NRA come over and give us a gun safety class. But like I said, that was, good gosh, that's before a lot of y'all were even born for sure. But, you know, that's some good news. That'll help these young people out. You know, not just necessarily how to shoot, but, how to be safe with firearms, because nobody teaches kids that anymore. And it's something, that I think that should be instilled in them. Here's another good piece of news. In case you guys didn't hear it, NPR is done. PBS done. Since the federal government cut off their money, they can't find sponsors. Nobody wants to sponsor that crap. It's just a liberal propaganda machine anyway. But their board of directors got together and just formally decided they're done. So thank goodness that crap's over with. We don't have to listen, They're not feeding that liberal crap to people anymore over there. And that chick right there in that picture, she sat in front of Congress and lied her ass off. So I'm glad they cut the money off. That's for sure. But I hope you guys heard about this one. Hilton hotels, they refuse to rent rooms to DHS officers. And the corporate office, the big office, they sent out an apology and said, no, well, that wasn't going to happen anymore. And then the next day, same thing happened again. So they're done as far as the federal government goes. Federal government will not be booking any more rooms with the Hilton Corporation. That announcement was made yesterday as well. So there goes a lot of money. Hopefully they'll learn something, but I doubt if they will. You know how liberals are. They don't mind wasting millions of dollars to spew their hate and propaganda. So I'm sure they just think, okay, well, we're just not going to get those customers. So, and it might not hurt them, but it might. That's the important thing. Here's a good thing. Conservatives are starting to fight back. I don't think that's only going to cost them government contracts. I think there's a lot of people that won't book rooms with them anymore because of what they did. Because, like I said, conservatives are starting to step up and use the same tactics on liberals that liberals have been using on conservatives forever. And it's starting to pay off, I think, in the long run. But another thing, that money got one killed. Yeah, you're exactly right. You're exactly right. We're going to get into that in just a minute. There's a lot more to that than meets the eye here. But we all know that, they elected that communist socialist in New York. So I went back and did some research. That would be interesting to see how long it takes for a socialist government to actually ruin a country. And right here's a Venezuelan timeline right here. Venezuela was the second richest economy in the Western Hemisphere in the year 2000. They had the best economy other than the United States in the Western Hemisphere. Everybody's fat and happy. But the socialists went in, they convinced the young people that it would be even better if they would, elect socialist leaders like the one we just decided we'd bring over here and talk to. But right here's a timeline of what happened. In 2001 is when Venezuela went to a socialist government. And you can see the events there that's happened since then. And, just a couple of years ago, everybody there was starving. I don't know if you remember, but they went into the zoos in the country, killed the animals and ate them. They were eating their pets. And now all across that country, you don't see any stray animals because they killed them all trying to survive. So hopefully we'll get them out of that with the new leader they have there, their vice president that was sworn in as president. She's kind of seems to be going along with the U.S. game plan, but we'll see. I don't trust her, but hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully she'll do what's right. What did she say here? Hilton pulled the franchise license from the hotel in Minnesota. Good. So it's going to be like Bob's Hotel? No. Bob don't own it. Ahmed owns it.
I don't know if you're going to talk about it. Maybe you are, but did you see that the buses and subway prices went up January 4th.
Oh yeah, those
They're supposed to have free transportation in New York City.
Free
and the prices all went
transportation
up.
in New York. Yeah, they actually increased the prices earlier this week.
That's so funny.
So much for that free stuff, right? Let's see. Oh yeah, I went back and dug this old picture up here too. I dug these two up. It took me a while, but I dug them up. This is a shopkeeper in Venezuela.
Oh my God.
Before they went socialist and after they went socialist. Not only are the shelves bare,
look how skinny he is.
But look at him.
Wow.
That's what's going to happen in New York. It's going to be fun to watch what happens up there and see if it does spread across the country. I know Seattle also elected a socialist mayor. So, but yeah, nobody cares about Seattle, honestly. But New York used to be the most famous city in the world. You know, absolutely the most famous one in the United States. So that's why everybody's watching that. It's going to be fun to watch. So what's happening up there? I scored. Oh, you guys know there's a football game on tonight, and I got 2 bets on it. So I got it on the man cave monitor right up there. Right now, I'm down a half a point. But let's get on to the topics at hand. All right. This is the kind of thing that wars start over. Big wars. When the U.S. actually just seized a Russian tanker at sea, that's not a good thing. And I hear old Vladimir pissed off about it.
That was a Russian tanker in Venezuela with Russian flags?
Yes, it was flying a Russian flag, but the U.S. seized it. And like I said, that's the kind of thing wars get started over. Mm-hmm. So we got to keep an eye on what's going on down there in the Caribbean, guys. That's not good right there. Not at all. But when I heard that yesterday, I said, oh, this ain't going to work out. This just ain't right.
Phil's saying the same thing. I thought it was a Venezuelan ship and it had Russian flags on it.
That's right. It was flying under the Russian flag.
Yeah, but didn't Venezuela, weren't they trying to fake them out? No? I thought they were trying to fake them out by putting up a Russian
It don't
flag.
matter. It pissed off Vladimir Putin.
Oh, okay. That's true. Vlad's mad. It don't matter.
Yeah, it don't matter.
Yeah.
But did we have a surprise for them when they went in and got Maduro? That scared the hell out of Russia and China both, because Venezuela had the top, very best military hardware from China to try to fend off invasion, and the U.S. knocked it out. They had no idea that the U.S. was headed their way because we knocked out all of their defenses. And now China and Russia both are just scared to death of what we can do. That's also going to be a fun development to watch. But I'm sure you guys remember the lockdown we had. What was it, 44-day lockdown back in
2020.
October? No, the
what are you talking about?
Federal lockdown when the government was shut down. When the government was shut down.
Shutdown, yeah, that's a different
Yeah,
story.
the shutdown. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
How the Republicans just fought so hard they wasn't going to spend any more money on Obamacare because they're just throwing it away to people that don't deserve it and they won't do it on their own. Well, guess what happened today? 17 Republicans voted with the Democrats to fund that same bill that they would not vote for just 2.5 months ago? But they voted to fund Obamacare for 3 more years. 17 Republicans did. Well, guess what else happens in 3 years? An election. So this is going to be a hot topic in the election. Now, the Republicans are blowing smoke up your skirt, folks. They are no different, no different at all than the Democrat Party. Right now, the Republicans have the White House, the House of Representatives, the Senate, and the Supreme Court. All four. All four. What have they done with it?
Nothing.
What about that voter ID thing? Have they pushed that through? No, because they don't want it either. They sure don't. That's all smoke and mirrors, guys. Don't pay attention to what we're not doing. Let's do this and distract you so you'll keep your eyes over here. This healthcare bill is the same thing. Why in the hell did they keep the government closed for 44 days if 2.5 months later they were going to go ahead and fund it? That was to keep you distracted. You're not watching what they're intentionally missing. How many crooked Democrats have been arrested? Especially on this Tim Walz thing up in Minnesota with the fraud, the billions and billions and billions of dollars, U.S. tax dollars. How many people have been arrested involved with that? Not just that, all the other crap that went on for 3 or 4 years. And you see these conservative commentators saying, well, we don't want to go lock them up and start, we'll look like a third world nation, a kangaroo court prosecuting political enemies. What in the hell did the Democrats do? What did they do under the Biden administration? I'm getting pissed off. Under the Biden administration. That's exactly what they did. Yeah. Remember Steve Bannon? You guys remember that guy? He was actually put in prison because he did not answer House of Representatives subpoena. He wouldn't appear before Congress. He got tried, convicted, and went to prison. How many Democrats have done that? How many? You can't count them all.
Carrie, what happened to no political talk?
Yeah, that's gone out the window tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm telling you what to watch for. And these are the things that's going to affect you every day. And we're about to get into that even more here in just a few minutes. I'm telling you. Got a direction here you probably need to pay attention to. But all of this crap they got going right now in Minnesota over this guy that got hit by a car and he killed a woman that ran over him. And the video is clear. She hit him with the car. Even Stephen A. Smith, big Democrat. He said, hey, the guy should have shot her. She tried to kill him. But the Democrats are going nuts, calling it murder and all kinds of crap. Well, here I got a question for you. What if that woman was black? What do you think would have happened? Right now, the whole damn state up there would be burning. But,
Genesis just said they just shot 2 in Oregon.
Oh, no. Oh, hope not. But you guys remember this? Remember that lady? Her name's Ashley Babbitt, for those of you that forgot. And that guy there, he's the guy that murdered her. She was no threat to him. She wasn't even close to him when he fired the shot. She didn't even see him. If you've seen the video, you know. What did he get? What did he get out of it? Murdering an unarmed military veteran, a female. What happened to him? He got a commendation for doing a good job. He got a raise and he got a promotion. Now, what if this guy yesterday shot a woman of color? What do you think would have happened?
Right.
Like I said, that whole damn state would be burning.
So apparently federal agents shot 2 Venezuelans in Portland 3 hours ago.
Oh, me. All right. Well, I'm about to get into how ugly this is going to get. And I'm going there right now. That's where I was going with this. Because this numbnuts, we all know this guy. He pretty much threatened the federal government last night when he gave his speech reacting to that shooting up there. He pretty much put ICE on notice that the Minnesota National Guard was going to do whatever they have to protect the people of Minnesota. That's pretty much a threat, guys. Going to go to war with the federal government? What's that called? Civil war. And when Ohio Valley Prepping did his video this morning on World War III. I actually put in the comments that I think we will have a civil war before we see World War III. Now, I don't know if this is the start of it or not.
That's what he just typed right when you said that. He typed Civil War 2.0. Ohio did.
That's right,
Is
right
that
there.
right when you said that?
Yep. Thank you, buddy. Dropped it in there just right. Now, I don't know if the people of Minnesota are up for it, but I'm pretty sure they're not the only ones. You're probably going to see California try to pull something like that. Who else might? I don't think the people in New York ever would, because actually there's a lot of conservatives in New York. Even though it looks like it's all liberal, it's not. There's a lot of good conservatives in the state of New York.
Do they just not vote?
Well, they vote, but
There's
they
not enough of
don't
them.
cheat.
Yeah.
They don't. It's like, what's her name? That bimbo, AOC. She just got reelected, last year? Now, to her second term. Now, she represents Queens. And the people of Queens worked for 2 decades cleaning that place up because it was a sewer. And then last year, she gets reelected in that district. Even after it turned to crap, it looks like a third world market whenever you drive through Queens now. That shit was fixed. Oh, sorry, I'm cursing. That was fixed. Sure as I'm sitting in this chair drinking this scotch, apple juice. This is for you guys. Ain't no way that wasn't fixed. And they do that in several places around this country. And guess what the Republicans need to do? They need to learn how to cheat if they're not going to stand up and do the right thing. Like I mentioned earlier with the voter ID and all the other crap they keep complaining about, but they actually do nothing about because they don't want it to change either. Now, we know in Minnesota, the politicians up there like to say, you have to have the Somali vote, Somali support to win an election here. Well, if that's true, then that means they're voting, and they shouldn't be because they're not Americans. You hear that all the time, especially from numbnuts there, and that dancing fairy out of Minneapolis, not Minneapolis. Yeah, Minneapolis, the mayor up there, Mayor Fry. I call him the dancing queen.
It's irritating because he cusses so much.
Yeah.
They have to bleep half of what he says out.
Put on his little show there dancing with all the Somalis the other day. I thought that was kind of cute. And, him and Waltz both, they're stirring this thing about this shooting. They're stirring that cesspool with a boat paddle because they're trying to distract people from the fraud that's been going on right under their noses. That's why you're hearing so much about this. And the liberal media is running cover for him. It's that simple. But if he wants to kick this thing off, if he wants to get this civil war started, go for it, brother. That's all I got to say about that. Because you ain't going to win. No way. And any other state that wants to jump on board with him, well, you can go down the sewer with them. It's that simple. Because you don't want that to happen here. You have no idea what war is until you see it face to face. You don't know how ugly it is. You don't know how bad it can be. And it won't be a one-sided affair, just clean sweep. It'll be ugly on both sides. So we really don't want that to happen. But if you want to push it that far, you're not going to like the outcome in the long run. I promise you. It's that simple. What's going on up here?
It's that simple. Carrie, take a drink. Carrie said the other day, every time OP says it's that simple, you should have to take a shot.
All right. Yeah. New
good
game.
Drinking game.
Yeah. Good drinking game. Every time I say that, yeah, take a drink. But keep your eyes on what's going on, guys. I want to get here early with this during the year. So like I said, you'll watch what's happening. Okay. But before I get out of here, I got one more thing I want to tell you. Our friends over at Orlando Shooting Sports, they've changed the hours of operation over there. They're closed on Monday and Tuesday now. And then Wednesday through Sunday, They're open 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. They're open an hour later each day. So, if you want to go to the range, you're in this area and you want to go to the range, go over there and check them out. Good bunch of folks over there. Need a lot of members of Islamic organizations unable to hold any public office. Yes, they should. I'm a firm believer in if you're not born in the United States, you should not hold any public office here. All right, you got me off topic. If you want to go to the range, go over to Orlando Shooting Sports over on 50. Great little range, nice people. It's clean. It's fun. When I go there, I always have a blast. My interactions with the staff, they're great folks, and I'm sure they'd love to have you there. So go over and check that out.
Sent you.
Yeah, tell them oh, Orlando Prepper sent you. You saw it here on this channel. You get a $5 discount on your range time. All right. But right now, I'm going to get out of here and go watch a football game. I think I'm still winning. I hope so anyway. Because I got a little something going on here tonight, and I would really like to win. But all right, we're back on our regular schedule. We'll see you next Thursday night. I put out a video on a cheap way to clean your pews. It's a short. If you didn't see that, go check it out. Save you a lot of money on cleaning material. Let me put it that way.
Buzz complimented you on your black shirt.
Oh, that's right. Got on my black shirt. I can't believe Grammy's not here. I got to call Grammy and see what's going on. But thank you guys for being here. I love you all. Hey, next Thursday night, 8 o'clock, we're back on our regular schedule. Look for some videos during the week. Going to be 1 or 2 for sure. So with that, I'm going to say stay strong and keep prepping, y'all. And pray for the United States because we need it. The Orlando Prepper is out.